to share it after. You want to share it when it's live?
Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Family, how are you doing? Sorry for my voice. So I will let Queen Jamie introduce herself. We are here, Queen Building Globally, as usual. Sorry for last Wednesday, we couldn't make it, but we are here today.
So hello
So
everybody. I'm Ambassador Jamie Lowry. Yeah, last Wednesday we was enjoying our families all over, so we wanted to spend time with them. So for the Christmas holiday, we are back for another Queensville Globally. I'll call it show. Well, not really. I don't know if we're going to call it show, but it's just a broadcast here that we are doing now every Wednesday, coming to you on live on Facebook to just give you some different fundamentals about investing strategies and things like that. I want to just sort of plug everybody's page in Facebook page. On our flyer, we have personal Facebook pages that you can follow us. Mine is building globally, build building legacy globally, internationally. Great Lady has one that is called Legacy Build, Generational Builders, Generational Legacy Builders. Yes, okay. And then Queen Sophie has Ordinary. I think it's Ordinary. You want to say it, Queen Sophie, right
What
quick?
ordinary family urging extraordinary levels.
Yeah. So Ordinary Families Building Extraordinary Legacy. So there's our different pages that you can reach us on. Just give you a little bit about myself. I am from North Carolina, now living in Georgia in the United States. I have two beautiful children, married, and I also love, talking about these topics, these wealth topics with these queens from all over. And we just sort of got together because we're in the same community. We just reach out. We wanted to reach out to the public and people all over the world because we're from different countries, different backgrounds and environments, and we wanted to reach as many people as we can about just wealth strategies, wealth investing. And today we're going to talk about smart ways to develop a spending plan. So with that said, I'll turn it over to Queen Sophie so she can tell everybody who she is.
Hello, good evening, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I know it's 2 days left, but I wish all the best for everyone. Let 2022 be a really year where you will open your eyes. If you never invest, I will really really wish you to start investing. The time is now on 2022 to build that legacy. That's what we're sharing here. Then really, tune with us every Wednesday just to know more, to learn more, and to discover more, because we don't know everything. It's everything about learning. When you learn, you make things happen, not only for you, but only for your families. Then let me present myself. I'm a busy mom. My name is Sophie Kemoko. I'm married, mother of 7 kids. Yes, proud to be. I know people say, how come you got seven? I look young, I look beautiful, but I look after myself. And why I'm doing all this, it's because of my children. That's my why. That's really what's wake me up every morning to do what I do and to love what I do. And that's really what's boost me to think about investing, you know, being on that space of investment, because I want my 7 kids to have that freedom, by the time I retired, for them to have a good life, to don't, ask themselves what to do. I want them to understand that money can work for them instead of them working for money. Then I'm originally from Congo, Brazzaville. I was born in France, then I'm French, but I live in the UK for over 13 years. And that's where, yes, I'm, multi-language, um, multi-community, and that's where we here we mix up to really show that being together as a community, no matter your background, you can make things happen for you and for your family. And stay tuned. I will give the word to my sister, great lady. Go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you, everybody, for being here. So today we are talking about smart way to develop spending plan. So what do you mean by that, lady? What is that topic again? What does mean? So I will start with Queen Ambassador Jamie. What came in your mind when you got the topic? Smart way to develop a spending plan. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, it's just different ways. People have different ways they call it. Different names they call it. Some people call it budgeting. I just like to call it spending plan because really what you're doing, you're just it's not actually you're taking what you have, and you're finding an assignment for each of your all of your money that you accumulate, that you get in your household or where it may be. If it's your businesses, if it's your your 9 to 5 job, whatever it is, you are finding, I call it, smart ways to spend it. And what I mean by spending it, you are putting it in a place where it can multiply and not depreciate. You want it to appreciate. You want to appreciate your funds and your extra money because we would have a saying where we would say, if you had extra spending money, would you want to know ways you can multiply it? And a lot of people would give the answer yes, because I need to know how I can actually make my money last than just getting something that is gone within the a day's time, a week's time. So what I mean by that, I got a lot of my concepts and a lot of my just ways of thinking on how you manage your money and being smart with your money is by and I'll share this with everybody. This shameless plug for my mentor, but Miss Jewel Tankard. She has this book called The Mind of a Millionaires, and I use a lot of her money concepts when it comes to spending, and when it comes to finding an assignment for your particular money. And you can get her book, just so you can look her up Amazon as well to get her information. But I want to give you a little bit about what she talks about in her book. Then I'll give it back into the hands of Queen Sophie. Or Queen Sophie, the great lady. But what she talks about is, she says, if you have a goal to get out to be debt free, your 1 month goal should be to pay off your credit cards. Your 3 month goal should be to pay off your car if that's something you need to pay off. Or says each feeds into an overall goal of becoming debt free. In other words, your 1 month goal should be a smaller, amount. Then the next step should be like more so like I want to call it like a snowball effect. So smaller amount, then get to the next amount, and then accumulate whatever you have extra, and then take care of it. But she also talks about its importance. It is important to know that enormous wealth is created by what you do with your money. So the smart way is knowing, when you do receive money, what is it that you need it? Where do you need to place it? Where's the appropriate ways to place it? And they had the spending plan, that she created, and that she says that works, on her behalf. This is just something in general that she's always taught us, because I'm also part of her Millionaires Club as well. And she teaches that, when you get a certain amount of money, you want to always put it in percentages, and put, either you're going to put 10%, if you are a tither, a believer, you would put 10% in your tithe. Then you would put 10% in paying yourself, because a lot of people don't know about paying themselves. They just automatically go straight to paying bills. And what you don't want to continue that mindset of saying I'm always, because what happens is when you just get money, you just go straight to bills. Your mind is now up under a mindset of saying, I just work to pay bills. I'm just working to pay bills. and it gets to the point where you don't even want to do it anymore. You're like, I'm tired of this because I'm feeling, a certain way, because I feel like all I'm doing is just going to work to pay bills. And so you want to get into a routine when receive money to pay yourself. And that doesn't, now pay yourself does not mean that I'm going to just take some money and go shopping.
Thank
That's what.
you, thank you,
Yeah.
Queen Jamie.
Yeah. So they don't that's not what that means. It means pretty much that you are, you're going in and you are taking a certain amount and you are investing and you put it in appreciating assets. So that's what that means. And then you also are going in after that, and you're paying your bills. So that's pretty much the general what she's telling you to saying to do. But she lets you know that it's always a way of, when you get money, to make money last and not just spend it and splurge it all on unnecessary things that are not going to be income producing assets.
Thank you, Queen Jamie. We're gonna give the word to Queen Sophie. What do you think when you think about the topic? What came first in your mind? That was my question. What came first in your mind when you think about the topic, today topic? What came first in your mind?
No, I love the topic, the smart way to develop a spending plan, because, it's something that I learned, and I think I'm still learning. I'm not 100% on that spending plan, but at least I understand now how my spending plan has to be. Because just to tell you a little story, when I was more younger, before I had my kids, I started working really young. I was 19, 18. Then that time, it was just for me, my money for me, and I was spending. I would spend. I would go shopping. I would spend, you know. And then I remember my advisor in my bank used to call me to say, Miss Bemba, you're going crazy. What's going on? And I was like, don't worry. I had my salary coming. You can take your money back. Just, you know. And they give me overdraft. Then I was exciting. Yes, I've got more money to spend. They put me on a spend plan where I was making my bank to become rich, and not realizing that it was making me to become poor, because that didn't really help me. And when I sometimes, I think about, and I was like, what with all the money that I used to earn, if I knew the spending plan, sorry. You still hear me? I had just a call. Yeah, you can still hear me. Then sorry, you can hear my baby at the background. Yes, but that's just, when you're a busy mom entrepreneur, you can manage everything. Everything is just on your hand, and you just keep going. And that's something I also want to share to mom. Nothing can stop you until you can manage it. Then yeah, let's just go back. Then my advisor used to say, yes, okay, it's fine. I can give you overdraft. But I didn't realize that was making me poor. And then my bank used to really make money on my back, because I was making money, they was taking back. And I would realize, paying my bill, paying everything, you still got nothing left, you go back on your overdraft. But after starting having kids, I said, no, that's not the way. And I remember when, I moved to the UK, it was still my lifestyle. I would spend, I would spend, I would spend. And my husband say, oh, my wife, this is not the way. This is need to change, because otherwise we can't build like this. And I say, yeah, but it's my lifestyle. I'm used to it. Before you marry me, that was me when I was working. I used to have money I would spend. Now we got kids. We need to spend on them. But after that, I realized no, something need to change because if I carry on with this lifestyle, we will just becoming poor and poor. And now one things I understand, and I love, I know Kiyosaki, break that down, but also watch no longer ago Dan Lok, who really break down how you need to have your spending plan. When you take off your 60% of food, car, everything about your expenses in your home, and then let's say you go your 10% that you need for your saving, 10% for investment, and he insists on that, telling that you need to have at least, depending how much you earn, and he take example you're earning £2,000, I would say, a month, you need at least to have 10% for investing. It's like having your 10% for your tithe and for your offering. Then you need to learn how to break that spending plan for you to be able to manage, and you can have your 10% for fun. And now this is teach me now to learn the smart way that I didn't know, 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. I didn't have that knowledge that you need to have that smart way planning plan to put on place for you to be organized, for you to realize that you can make more with your money, no matter how small your money is. But if you got that smart spending plan, you develop that way, you will have a better life. And that's what I would say on my side. Yeah.
So thank you, ladies, for everything you just said. When I think about the topic, smart way to develop a spending plan, I think first of all for me it's a great topic. Why? Because at school, in our families, most of the family where we came from, we don't talk about money. Usually, you never see your dad and your mom. I don't know for my queens, but me, when I grew up, I never had my dad and my mom putting gas there to explaining us, hey, how to spend money. Never. But I remember my mom put me there to say, hey, be careful with men, you can get pregnant. You see, when you go out there, as soon you have your menstruation, be careful, you can get pregnant. I remember my mom making me sitting there and explaining me all of that. But about money, usually in our education, in our family, we don't talk about money. The only thing my dad did teach me when it's come to money, he said, when you have money, treat it well. So it's gonna come back again to you. I remember that you didn't like how, when you pull money, like you just skip it, like, playing with it. He wanted to keep it. He used to say, keep it straight and put it in your wallet straight. Don't, in French, we say, don't, ne froisse pas ça. But in English, I don't know the word. Don't mix it up. Just keep it straight, take good care of it, so it's going to come back. It's going to go and come back to you. That's what my dad teach me about money. But they didn't teach us about how to spend your money. I remember me in Ukraine, I used to touch a lot of money. I used to get my dad sending me money, my country paying me again, as a student. I had a bill from my country paying me, but I didn't use it wisely. I used to buy clothes because as a Congolese, the only thing we know is getting dressed, looking good. That's our thing. So I used to spend my money on clothes. But when I saw this topic, actually, I think it's one of the best topic we can have in this show, because if you don't know how to spend your money, you don't know how to invest, you don't know how to save. It's really important for kids, for parents even, to teach them kids how to spend money, because if they show you when you five, like, hey, your $1, you should spend it all for candies, it's gonna go, you don't gonna get anything. But if you spend 50, cents on candy and you keep the rest, it's going to help you. It's important for us to know how to spend our money. So for me, when it's come to uh, the smart way to develop a spending plan, what I think first of all for me is, at least for most of the people, I don't know, but the person who think about being a billionaire, being a millionaire, have to live below his need. That's what I will say first when it comes to a smart way of spending. You have to learn how to live below your need, and you have to learn how to budget your money. And when it comes to budgeting your money, me personally, I use the rule of 50, 30, and 20. What does it mean? 50% for me goes for mandatory bill and expense. What I mean by that is what your rent, your car, all of that need to be at least 50% of what you gain, of your salary, of your income. Okay, don't live below. Live below your need, not up your need. Okay, and 30% for me is goes for investing, okay, saving, investing, and debt repayment. It's important for you to learn how to pay your debt. Okay, it's important for you. So I will say, don't in the 30 you have 10% for paying your bill, all the debt you have. 10%, another 10% for your saving. You pay yourself first. Every time you have your money, 10% you pay yourself first, and another 10% you invest. It's important for you to invest. And the other 20% gonna come for your tithe. If you are a Christian, if you don't give your tithe, you can put it for giving away for people in need, and 10% for entertainment. So that's what I will suggest for people to learn how to budget your money. Because if you don't know, we're talking about investing in crypto. If you don't pay your bill first, you're gonna go buy a crypto, and then how are you gonna sell it? Because you didn't pay your bill. Okay, so it's important for you to pay your bill. It's important for you to save. So that's what I will say when it comes to that. So I don't know, ladies. Do you want to add something when it's come to mandatory bills? What do you think? Is it 50% enough? What do you do actually yourself? Queen Jamie, what do you do with you when it's come to you? How many percent do you put on your mandatory bills?
Yeah, I think I told you when I was speaking of how I do percentages as well. We just do it differently. That's all. Everybody has their way of doing it. It's no right wrong way, as long as you do what you got to do. Accumulate whatever you need to accumulate. But everybody it's how I do it. Like I said, is 10% tithe offering. And then I do pay myself, which is the investment piece, and then pay bill, and then as far as anything else from that, they say savings or whatever. But I am going to start for myself. I'm going to start me what is called $1,000 challenge. And this is something that I just thought of yesterday. Just going over, things that I want to be able to have on hand. Not necessarily going into investment. I just want to be able to say, okay, I have this $1,000 to be able to, just have, and sometimes it's good to just even see. It's a challenge for me to see if I could just save that amount without any other, other investments that I do. But I'm just saying, just have it on hand. And I want to have that because we're also taught as well to have cash on hand in a we have a safe. People have different safes or whatever. It's good to always have it on hand as well. Because a lot of times we put our monies in different accounts or whatever, but it's all in our credit. We use our credit card a lot, debit card or whatever, to make purchases or whatever you do. But it's still good too to have a safe as well that you can put just monetary money as well into. So that's one of my challenges that I'm doing. To save at least 1,000 minimum on cash on hand. So it's just a fun thing because I want to look at it as a opportunity to, because y'all know how I do my mindset shift calls and stuff like that. It's a way of changing a mindset of when you get money to spend, automatically spend it, and you're trying to find a way to spend it. So if you have a goal of $100,000, and you say, when I get at least $10, if I get an extra $20 or extra $25, I'm going to put that away for my $1,000 challenge, and I'm challenging myself. It ain't necessarily for anybody else. I'm challenging myself that I can actually get money and not spend it. So it's like it's me. I'm doing a $1,000 spending challenge. Where I'm not going to spend. I'm going to put away $1,000 for cash on hand. So and I do those. It's just different things. I challenge myself because I know that's an area in my life that I really want to, like, I'm battling, and it's a constant battle because, like, great lady said, if you wasn't sat down, talked about these things at a young age, you now as an adult have to find ways, biblical ways, practical ways to now not allow that particular, and it's poverty. That's really what it is. It's a poverty mindset where you feel like, or a scarcity mindset where you feel like you have to always get it, and it's got to be sent out. And nothing's wrong with having money, and and it's flowing, because money should flow. Money shouldn't be hoarded. I want to say that. But you also want to make sure too that you are wisely, when it's coming in, you have an, I always say it, and I'm gonna stick to this, how I say things. You have an assignment for it, and it should have a particular place it's going. And money should never come to you and you don't have a place for it to go, where it can multiply.
Yes, that's so true. That's so true. Actually, when it's come to the smart way of planning, for me, the if there is only one thing someone can take from this this show, call it whenever you want, is that we need to track our spending. Most of the time, especially with holidays, we spend, we don't take note of how much we spend. It's kind of like you are driving, you are not checking your gas. If you're driving, let's say I'm here in Pittsburgh, I want to go to Atlanta using my car. Every time I'm going, I'm keep going, I have to keep checking my gas. Do I still have gas? Should I add gas? Because you don't want to find your way, like on your way, poof, your car cannot keep going because you no longer have fuel in it. So our money is the same thing. You need to keep tracking it. How much did I spend? Do I still have something back there? Because especially with our credit card, you spend, you don't feel like you did spend because you didn't touch it. But when you have a cash with you, you go to the shop and you spend 50, you only have $1 left. You feel like, my goodness, I did spend. Because you feel it. Your money is little now. It was big, but now it's small. You see it in your wallet. You feel you're feeling so bad, like, oh my God, I really did spend my money. But with the credit card, that's why they create it, because you don't feel like you did spend. You don't see it. You just swipe. You just swipe. You just swipe. And you don't really feel like you did spend. So if there is something we all have to learn how to do, is learn how to manage your expenses. Have a copybook. I have one. Every time I spend, even for gas, you note it. You spend for food, you take a note. So you can track it. How much did I spend? But if you don't track it, you don't know, like, how much did you spend all years. Wealthy people, that's what they do. Wealthy people, for at the beginning of every year, they already assign a certain amount for clothes, for shoes, for this. If they exceed that budget, they no longer spend. Let's say if you have like $50 for entertainment, you already spend it, and something come after, you no longer have money, you don't go. Because the budget you have for it is already over. You have to wait next time you're gonna have it to go to that event or whenever gonna come. But if you don't track your expenses, that's what you keep spending, especially for holiday. We want to give a gift to everybody, but you are not tracking how much did you assign for the gift budget. But if you track it, it's going to help you. So I don't know, Queen Sophie, what do you want to add on it?
Yeah, no, I definitely, agree with you, Queens, because that's what the same things. This year, kids, we normally used to spoil them so much, but I say this year, and especially since I've been on the space, I've been, on the academy, and I'm wearing the mindset of a millionaire, like you just said, and I was really a spending woman. I was, oh my goodness, have pity on me. But God is good now, and God do all things on his time. Now it make me to really realize if I want to be on that position of the millionaire, it starts with your mindset. It starts to how you organizing yourself. And, kids, this year I say, be grateful for what you will have. We make you happy with what you will have, but we make sure that the rest has to be invested. Because if you want to have every year nice Christmas, no matter if today you have one gift, next year you should have two gifts. But we have to remember now it's time to invest. Because if you want to have many, many more years of being spoiled, we have to invest, because that's the investment was we come back for us to have that smart way of spending and to make you happy. And I really love, my kids that they understand compared to what they used to receive last year. Because and one other things I done, and I love the challenge when Queen Jamie talk about I challenge myself. I said to my daughter, because I'm an entrepreneur, I actually touch money every single day. I know it's budgeting, but I said to my daughter, for the next 365 days, we have to put on the side just £10. But can you imagine £10? Do £10 or $10 times 365 days. It's nearly £10,000 you can save up in a year. Can you see the vision that I actually try to bring on my kids? I say will be the challenge this year. No matter if I have to put that money weekly, but it's on the mind to say that every single day I will have that £10 I need to put on the side. Then if I have to put it weekly or monthly, I know has to be in for the 365-day coming for 2022 by God's grace. And that's because I realized to build our minds, millionaire mindset, you need to take action. And it's some other things, probably some other pleasure. We used to go out, we would go out less. No, in the fact that, we're not going to go out. We're still going out, but we will start to cut off certain things. Like, we normally do parties with friends. This is the end of the year. But I'm thinking, you know what? Those money, instead of going out and spending with friends, I'm better put it on the side. That will help me to invest it and make it multiply instead of just, spending it and have fun and have food and have this and that. No, I'm really, really in the smart way of spending plan. And it's so important because it's a way to really see the wealth. You probably don't see it now, but if you take that decision, I'm 100% sure, because, when I see my habit that I had before and the way I change it now, it made me realize to make things happen. Today I got, many businesses, but if I didn't change my mindset, do you think I was able to realize to have a business? No, no, because I decided to change that mindset of me thinking I have to prioritize certain things. It's like now I also decide to invest on my knowledge. That's a budget that I add on my plan that I prefer, instead of me going to buy a nice dress or a nice shoes, put the budget for my knowledge, because that knowledge will pay for me to have many shoes after that if I want to offer myself many shoes. But my priority right now is my investment, that smart spending plan, my knowledge, and the rest will come. That's what I can add really on that.
Thank you very much, ladies. What can you say to someone? There is people who usually say, "Oh, we only live once." So because we only live once, I have to travel. If I want shoes, I just have to buy because I don't know if I'm gonna die tomorrow. What can you say to someone who think like that? And who is listening to us? You talking about budgeting, you talking about a smart way of spending. Is in the mindset like I only live once. I don't have to think about tomorrow. You guys, you are talking to me about smart budgeting. What can you take to someone in few words?
I want to tell them, if you're a parent, don't think you can only live once. Yes, we are only once, that's true. It doesn't mean that being on a way because you have to invest or put money on the side that you're stopping living. No, you're still living. But you give the example. If you had £50, 50 pounds to spend on your phone, and you thinking, oh, I need to go over, you have to hold yourself and say, no, I can't go over. If my £50 is gone, it's gone. I have to wait for next month to make myself happy. And it's the same things. If you used to spend £100 on your clothes, like I used to do, but I will reduce. I will probably have a month without no spending, on the clothes, especially with this time of the period we're going through. We don't go out that much. Why going to spend my money buying clothes where I'm not gonna wear them? Or buying shoes where I'm not gonna wear them? I know it's one life, but you have to think about the life is not only for you when you had a family, the life is also for your generation. And now that for me, the mindset I have. I'm not thinking anymore about just myself. No matter if I'm here or not, I will think about my children. I have a life insurance. But I know if anything's happened to me, my kids will be left out with something. That's how the mindset I will, advise to someone to have. It's not only about you, but it's about you got family, you got kids, you got people around you. Yes, live your life, but learn how to live your life wisely. And the plan of God for your life, it's probably not to go tomorrow. It's not probably not to go now. It's a big plan. Then always have a vision that God has a beautiful plan for your life, and you will be retired and enjoy your money and enjoy your life. But
Thank you. So Queen Jamie, what do you say? He said he only live once. He doesn't have to think about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of himself. But for now, he's living his life. He want to travel, spend whenever he want to do, because he knows he only live once. What can you say to the person?
You may not like my response to that question because that's a very selfish way of looking at your life. And it tells me that you don't know what your purpose is. You don't know why you're here. So to say that I'm living only once, and I don't even know if you don't have a purpose, you don't have a plan, you don't know what you're here to do, and that's selfish because you're only thinking of yourself. And if it's just you alone, then it's like you said, it's things that you can do that if it's just you and you yourself and I, then you got a whole way of you can. I mean, you can definitely save if it's just you. But if you got kids and you're married, it's a little different because now it's not just you anymore. You got to think of other people's lives. Your other people's lives you're responsible for. So I mean, I could see somebody saying that who is probably has no clue about their lives, don't have no idea why they're here on the earth, and have no just nothing to me that sound like you have nothing to live for. So with that said, but to sort of piggyback what Queen Sophie's talking about is, if you have children or you have a family or whatever, it's good to sit down with them and talk to them about what's going on, what's about to take place. Let them be on the same page with you. Don't exclude them from what the plans and your goals are for your family, because it is a legacy that you want to leave behind. So they need to be included in those conversations, those wealth conversations. Just like you said, you don't want that particular thing to trickle on down to your kids. If you saying, well, my dad never told me that, my mama never talked to me about that. You want to be able to reestablish those things with your children, to sit down and talk to them about legacy and how money matters and how money, you should, like Queen Sophie says, we're going to start by, saving $10 or £10 every, month or day for 365 days. That's a good challenge for your kids. That's a great thing to, put in their mind to do. But it also talks, we can't exclude that it is a thinking pattern. It is a way of how you've been conditioned to spend your money. When you got it, that's what you were conditioned to do. So you have to now reprogram it and say, you know what, this is what we're doing with it. We're going to do this with it. We're going to be good stewards over it. We're going to now put it in a position where it can grow and multiply. And, for those, like she was saying, it's not that you are not living the life of your dreams and not living what you want to do. You are making those particular decisions and taking those actions to live the life of your dreams, to be able to go and travel all over the world with you where you want to be able to travel to. You always say, set aside a amount where you can travel. Like with my kids, I want to, set aside a plan where, in the summertime, we take a family vacation. So you don't have to, feel like because you own a spending plan, you can't do nothing fun. No, it's all about planning. And that's what we're talking about. It's all about planning to have the fun, planning to go out to eat, planning to, invest, planning. It's all about planning to do it. And that's why I like calling it a spending plan. We planning to spend this money on these particular times, at these particular times. And it could be a family vacation. It could be going out, date night with your husband, date night with your friends. It could be just different things you plan to do, and you enjoy those moments. And it gives you a sort of gratification that, ooh, I spent it. I mean, I saved this money for this particular occasion, and we actually did it. It's a major accomplishment. So at the end of the day, it's all in fun. It's all for the things that you want to do. So it's nothing. That's why I hate the word budget, because budget makes you feel like you can't. It's clamping your hands that you can't do nothing. You can't have no type of fun with it. But when you call it a spending plan, which you're used to hearing anyway, it's you're planning to spend it on a particular thing that can bring you fun and make you happy.
So thank you very much, ladies. What I will say to the person who say I only live once, so I have to spend my money the way I want? What I will say is this: even you live once, you like it or not, tomorrow gonna happen. You live once or not, tomorrow gonna happen, and you don't know what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow can bring a illness, can bring accident, can bring a job loss, can bring COVID-19. But let's say you didn't have money aside for emergency fund. What are you gonna do? You live once or not, tomorrow will happen. So you better be prepared for tomorrow, because that's why we're talking about the smart way to develop a spending plan, because we're thinking about tomorrow. Because there is some people say, oh no, I still have my time. If I go to school exam for it take me 5 years, 4 years, you like it or not, those 4 years going to happen. But the question you have to ask yourself, where are you going to be? Are you going to be in the same situation, or your situation going to get better? So you live once or not, you party every day, it's okay. But like it or not, tomorrow will happen. As soon you still alive, tomorrow will happen. Even if you die tomorrow, you have your children going to stay. But what are you going to leave for them, like the queen say? That being selfish, like Queen Jamie said. Because you like it or not, tomorrow will happen. But you have to think about tomorrow, not only for you, for your children, even for your family or your parents. Have you been working? But what are you going to leave for them? Okay, so that's what I will say. Like it or not, tomorrow going to happen. So think about tomorrow. Don't think only about today. I like what Oprah Winfrey say. Tomorrow is another day. That's what she said in her book. Tomorrow is another day. So think about tomorrow. Don't only eat for today. Tomorrow is another day. Save for tomorrow, not only for today. You spend for Christmas, tomorrow will happen. January is coming. Like it or not, it's going to happen. Okay? So it's important for you to think about tomorrow. So what is your last word for today's topic, ladies? Queen Sophie, what is your last word for today?
For today, I would just say to people that really listen to us, we really love this subject, because life is about a learning process. We think sometimes we know it all, but we don't know it all. And this is just a great time that subject come around, because it will also help us. We talking to you, but we take something from each one that we're gonna put in practice for the new year to be a better year. To come out your debt, to come out, your credit card. Like me, example, I cut off all the credit cards. I don't have any credit cards. I had one that I still probably nearly finished to pay back, but I cut off everything. I don't want the credit card again. I want to build up now my saving, my investment, to enjoy my own money without knowing anyone anymore. And that's the plan. That's the way, you have to make it commit. You have to make that commitment for yourself, for your life, for your family. How, that smart way you want to spend money. Because we know it's a lot of nice things out there. And when you go shopping, we like spending. But no, like I like the idea of Great Lady. Have your book, write it down, and I'm taking it for myself. I know I've been writing down sometime, but I don't write it down regularly. And I will take it on board. Every single day that I spend, I will have my book. I will write down. I want to know at the end of 2022 how much I really, really spent, because I don't want to go over my 50% budget, example, for my family, my bills, and everything. Then I will budget my way, and I still want my 10%, for my tithe, my offering, for giving to, we say the orphan, the verve, if you want to really give out people out there, have your 10% for fun for you and the family, but really work on a smart plan. Have your 10% saving, and then also put at least 5% for your knowledge. Decide this year for 2022, you will go have, I don't know, pay a course that will teach you cooking, that will teach you something new that you normally, you never had done before. Make yourself that plan to learn something new in your life and put that budget on place. And the key is investing. Investing. If you want to make money work for you every single day, every single week, every single month for a year, know how to invest and where to invest. And this is the other reason I would say, come on a space. We part of the academy where we're learning, and you learn it all for you to be that, to be on the mindset of that millionaire. And why not to become that millionaire tomorrow? It's no
Thank you.
any doubt with that. You can be that next millionaire, but it's up to you. Then we invite you really tune with us or become part of the space.
Thank you
Thank
very much,
you.
Queen. So, Queen Ambassador Jamie, what is your last word for today's topic in few words?
Well, I mean, first of all, I wanted to make sure we understand. Us having a spending plan is something where you don't have to be frustrated about. Because some people may say, well, how do you save if you don't have this but an X amount of tough things coming in? Well, you scale down. You do scale down in certain areas where you see, you know, money going out in certain areas that don't really this is not a necessity. Don't mean you don't have to have fun, but it just means that you just have to scale it down a little bit. But that still doesn't mean you have to eliminate it. Cause everybody say take it out, leave it alone, don't mess with it. Some things like Sophie and me may have different perspectives with credit cards. Some credit cards do build your credit if that's what something that you're trying to do. So I wouldn't cut them all off. I would just say maybe have maybe one or two, whatever, to help build if that's credit that you want to build. Some people may, as an investor, they look at your credit when you are wanting to buy land or buy houses or anything like that. So if that's your route you take, then yeah, you can go about it a different way. But like I said, make it fun. Don't make it so like but like a bondage situation. Like it's, oh, I got the business, I just can't do
When
nothing. I can't do
you buy
nothing.
your house, you can invest well. You don't need a credit card. You can buy your house cash. Just invest. Put you on the right place.
Well, yeah. Well, yes, but you can buy it cash, But like I said, most people in that are not in a position to buy houses cash, and let's be real. But you can do that. But like other people do look at their credit as well. You have different people that can help you with credit repair. I know a couple of women who have their own credit repair businesses. So, but I mean, like I said, but it's all in fun. Something that you want to really look at it more. So it's elating, it's growing, it's growth, it's expansion, and it stretches you to be a better individual about and a good steward about your finances. So, with that said, yeah, make it fun.
So thank you, ladies. Thank you, everybody, for watching. For me, what I will say as a last word is, if there is only one thing you can keep from this show, this live, is track your spend and think about tomorrow. You don't always gonna be young. You don't always gonna have that job. You can lose your job. You can lose your source of income. Something can happen to your shop. Something can happen to your company. Something can happen. Tomorrow, you don't know what tomorrow brings, okay? So be wise and have your backup. Have something to back you up. Some people think, oh, I have my husband, I have my salary coming. You don't always gonna have your salary if you something happen to your company. Your husband can lose his job or whatever. So think about tomorrow and think about how to make money working for you. Wealthy people have different source of income. They have at least seven source of income. How many source of income do you have? Some people only have a job. They don't have investment. They don't have anything else, and that is bad. Have a business, have your investment, have multiple source of income is going to help you. So that's my last word for you. And remember, tomorrow will happen. So thank you for watching, and don't forget, if you want to learn how to invest in cryptocurrency, you want to learn how to trade, join us in Generational Legacy Builders. That's where you can find me, or you can find Jamie in the international
No, Building Legacy International.
Building Legacy International.
Yeah, I'll have it on. I'll have next time call. I have it on my Or
And
she's
you
sleeping.
can meet Queen Sophie in what is your group again?
It's an ordinary family building extraordinary legacy.
Okay, thank you. So follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube as well. Go and subscribe in our YouTube channel, Queen Build Globally, and follow us on Facebook as well. It was always an honor and a pleasure for us to be with you. We wish you a happy new year and yes, see you in 2022. Bye bye.
Bye. See you next year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. See y'all.
Bye.